All right, so welcome everyone. It is September the 20th, 2023, and we are working with the umbilical chakra and the law of change with the Divine Mother, and we're going to do a little bit of a review at the beginning. So let's get started. There we go. So this is part 7 of the law of change, connected to the umbilical, connected to the fourth dimension, connected to the blessing and virtue of awe. And we will be working with the Divine Mother, but at the beginning, we are going to just look at the chakra system and remind ourselves that it is really pushing out this energy of nature from within. So everything on earth is connected to nature. We're breathing the air. It's full of moisture and light, the mother and the father energy. And it's the same within the chakra system is like a rainbow of color filled with how things work in the higher realm. So the more we get that it's within everyone and helping us with our ascension process, it's really a beautiful thing. So just know it's pulsating that energy into our physical body without us even realizing it, and know that it's perfect balance. Okay, so this is just a little bit of a reminder about the ruby red root chakra at the base of the spine. It's connected to the adrenals and the kidneys. The mother energy, that blue, connected to the blood, the flow of the blood in the physical form. And of course, we're always letting go. We're always purifying ourselves. We're remembering how pure we are, basically. Once we anchor in that purity, then we're there. Just that knowing. So, and the spine is connected to the spine. So the divine alignment with, within the spine. And this chakra is all about dissolving all fear in gratitude for the past, especially for family, with, the forgiveness of the mother, that compassion, and the joy and the gratitude of the father. So just know it's connected to the law of sacred purpose. Compassion is being like a tree, being like an observer of everything, not attaching to others' drama or our own. And we're creating, the more we create peace in our own families of origin, or just remember it in a state of peace and forgiveness and gratitude for all the experiences we've had, that is a way to world peace. So it's individual work and family work, basically. If all the families were at peace, we'd have world peace. All right. Oh, yes, Darren.
Would that compassion be connected to Mother Gaia?
Well, compassion is a blessing and virtue that we hold within ourselves. Understandings of it. Is Gaia compassionate? Yes, absolutely, because she's watching us. She's being in the observer position watching us. But really it's a divine state. So how do you mean connected to Gaia?
Well, I was thinking more like Gaia would express compassion towards, well, all humans and all beings, in fact.
Absolutely. Yes, she does. Yes. And she sends that vitality. So vitality is red, compassion is red and green. Remember, we learned it was red, deep red and green. So she's always sending it up our root cord for us. And that's how important it is to anchor every day, to go down and say hi to her and greet her and give her your gratitude and your root cord to help us stay anchored to the planet. So that's that beautiful exercise of going to visit her every day that I highly recommend. It helps us stay in our physical form when we do that. And just that gratitude for Gaia is really a beautiful thing to give her. And then she gives it back to us as well. So yeah, she's always sending out compassion, I would imagine. Trying not to judge us as we ascend. Okay, so then moving up to the red big chakra. Connected to the adrenals and kidneys. So again, more for purifying, and the adrenals are kind of like the fight or flight response. So both these chakras are connected to the adrenals, the kidneys, and the spine for that divine alignment, for anchoring in heaven on earth, the understandings of the laws. And this is a place of creation of Nova Earth. So it's a communication chakra. It's also two-dimensional, so connected to the internet, communication through the internet. It's bridging and communication for global healing, actually, and the internet plays a huge part in this. And connected to humility, which Lao Tzu taught us, and that was our service and gratitude for everyone. And just knowing as we serve others, then they serve us, and it just goes on and on and on. Humility is a really beautiful blessing and virtue to study, and connected to the universal law of intent as well. And then this is Lao Tzu, because Steve had an amazing experience with awe today. So, and it just reminded me to say this little quote from Lao Tzu, and he says, "It was important that I be able to serve the poorest and the richest, the most powerful and the meek. I would tell you that my joy came from serving those in the villages, because they would listen to me, not simply listen to my words, but listen to my heart." And that's what we're all learning to do, and to truly receive what I had to offer, which was love. For the healing energy of all things is love. How can one not fall down in awe and joy and reverence in the presence of love? So humility, and yes, as Linda has said, not false humility, but false humility is nothing but false pride, but the true understanding that it is a privilege to be able to serve. So it's interesting that he served the poorest and the richest, the most powerful and the most meek. And in that, I feel like he was anchoring in loving everyone, just going wherever he was called. So that's such a beautiful thing. And he brought up awe right there. So that's amazing. Okay. And then the orange sacral chakra. So this was connected to fortitude with Jesus. And this is really the balance between the masculine and the feminine, because when Jesus was in form, he was married to the Magdalena, and they were emanating that sacred partnership, which is the balance inside of us, our masculine and our feminine energy within imperfect balance. So loving both equally. So you can see this diagram I have here. The one side of the mind is a little more feminine, one's a little more masculine, and it's just balancing both. Usually it goes back to how we feel about mom and dad. So anchoring in that equality of love for both of them, and just blessing them for teaching us what works and what doesn't work. Helps us come into balance in the physical form, into our mastery, into that magenta color of mastery. And it's connected to the universal law of as within, so without, as above, so below. So the more we are in the state of balance within, that equality, gender equality within, it helps with gender equality on the planet. As within, so without. And just know this is a really powerful creation chakra. And Archangel Raphael has always said, every creation is healing, every healing is creation. So the more we're working on creating, it helps with everything. It actually helps us create perfect balance in the physical form, because it teaches us along the way. Okay, so let's go on. And that's just us reminding ourselves of that nature within again. Always emanating out from the chakra system. And we get to the amber, the umbilical chakra. This is the one we've been studying. So this chakra is connected to the glands and the blood and the liver and the gallbladder. So again, it's like a detox, place of detoxification. So the more we detox the old belief systems, and it helps with the detox of the physical form as well. So I've been struggling with my throat, so I looked up what I should be doing, and I've been drinking lots more water with lemon and ginger, and like really working on the detoxification in the physical form. So as we're working on detoxifying the belief systems, I'm finding I'm doing the detox for the physical form on a whole nother level, which is really helping me be in the state of awe and gratitude even more, and really anchor in the law of change. So it's like the deeper we surrender, the more we can do it on all the levels. Okay. Oh, and there's Paula. Okay, so yeah. And so just a little bit of a review of the blessing and virtue, the divine quality of awe. It is the ability to feel and experience always and fully the wonders of creation, the divine. The knowing that there is always more to learn, to experience, and to understand. To know that our understanding and experience of God is limited, but the promise of further growth holds true. And as we studied the law of change, the mother did talk a lot about truth. So we're going to do a little bit of review of that too. It is the innocence of the small child within, the sense of awe, the sense of wonder. So being in that state of waiting for that next miracle, like little kids do all the time, that is a very joyful state to be in. It is a sense of understanding the magnificence of the universal plan, the unfoldment. It is the thrill, the expectation, and joy of simply being and enjoying the new miracles that unfold, always waiting for the next one. It is a relation of purity. It is the color of golden saffron. So purity is really loving everyone, especially who we perceive as our opponents, and it's getting our hands dirty. It's active participation in the divine plan. So I can see how that's connected to this blessing and virtue of awe. Okay, so now on to the law of change with the mother. And she says, and all this information is through Linda Dillon, Channel for the Council of Love. And the mother says, there is one cord that cannot and will not ever be broken, not by Michael, not by dark forces, not by you, and it is the infinity cord. So you can see it's silver. It runs from the top of the crown right up to source. This is how the mother, the divine mother, Father One, keep track of all of us. Everyone has that cord, and she says that can never be broken. And she says it is the flow of energy between you and I. So even just becoming more aware of that cord can be beneficial, and know that it's filled with energy. She says, it is my love that I send freely and constantly to each and every one of your hearts. It is the infusion of my blue diamond. So know that blue diamond flame in the heart. And yes, we have added to that with your pink and the Father's gold, so that your tri-flame is balanced. For I do not simply want you or desire to create a clone. So studying the tri-flame in the heart is a fabulous thing to do. I've learned so much just sitting still and contemplating that tri-flame, and just know there's movement too. And once you really can see that, you'll see that there's movement there as well. Okay, so moving on. This is our umbilical chakra. I don't know why I put this here, but I guess the more we open to the truth and studying the tri-flame, up will come issues that we can release. And this umbilical chakra is a great place to spin out the old issues. So it's basically just, you can feel the discomfort if you have the opportunity to go lie on your bed and surrender and starfish. So arms out, legs out, and surrender, and just listen to your guides, to the masters, and spin out any energy that's really uncomfortable. It's good to have a bit of knowing about it as well, so that once you have the awareness of why we're feeling uncomfortable, it always goes back to the past. It won't come back. We'll have released another layer. So the umbilical chakra, this golden amber color, is a great place to spin and allow that old energy just to spin out counterclockwise. It is one of our centers for change. It's a place of acceptance. So just accepting what we've been through, all the different lifetimes. Generally, we hold on without even realizing it, that we're unforgivable for something that has happened in the past. And that can create havoc in the physical form. So just know everything is forgiven. The Divine Mother, Father One, they forgive everything. I have a post coming out on Friday about a lady that had a near-death experience, and she said the same thing. She said she went out of time. She knew all the answers to everything as soon as she went to the other side, and everybody was friendly. Everybody was in love with each other. So we are remembering that here, that acceptance. We're here to learn to be like the Divine Mother, the Divine Father, the One. And that's that beautiful state of compassion, non-judgment of everything. So acceptance of that. So that, yes, Steve, you're on mute.
If you'd allow me, I just want to underline what she just said, that everybody was in love over there. Everybody was in a wonderful space. It's that love that makes the world work for everyone. So a world that works for everyone is simply a higher dimensional world where that love, we're immersed in it, it prevails. But so she's pointing at the circumstance that has the world work, the love that exists on the higher dimensions.
Which we are. We are that love. And the only thing that bars us from it is these belief systems. So the more we release and just know, and it's even I'm getting to the point where it's knowing our truth, that that's who we are, that the belief systems are not real, and that we don't need to keep letting stuff go. It's really anchoring in who we are with a giggle, with a smile, waking up in gratitude and calling on the other side for help. I've been working with the Halion engineers and the healers of Trulana. We'll go into that a little bit too, but you can call on them. They just are so bubbly and so effervescent. They lift you up into a state of awe and joy and I mean bliss. So it's asking for that help and not being afraid, basically, that we are that. So this umbilical chakra is a place to anchor that in, the fourth dimension of magic, of that state. Yes, Ken.
Can you repeat what you said about the healers of Trulana and the
Halion engineers.
Halion engineers? I thought the Halion engineers only dealt with electronics and stuff, but they don't.
No, they deal with the physical form too, especially the mind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the healers of Trulana go right into your throat. You can feel them go in with their bubbly energy. Yeah, but I made a slide so you can see. Yeah, you could call on them. They work on old belief systems, balancing the mind. And I think they've been working with us for a while because
healers of Trulana.
Yeah, and I sent you the information too.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I sent you an email.
All right, I'll look for it. Thank you.
Okay, good. Okay. All right. Yeah, see this. So I've been working with this slide. And this is what the Halion engineers do. They balance the brain. So when we invoke Universal Mother Mary, Sanat Kumara for the balancing, there's the mother, there's the father, there's the mother and the father energy, and the law of change for the change, for peace of mind, for hope, for joy, for equal love for both sides of my brain. And you can invoke compassion, the ability to be non-judgment. You can invoke humility or the gratitude. I mean, you can invoke whatever feels best for you. Even just saying peace of mind is amazing. They come and they help. They really help balance the mind, and then obviously balance the body, because the mind and body work together. And then just reminding yourself that a walnut's not fighting. This is like a symbol of the brain. It looks like the brain. Some of the foods, vegetables will look like different organs, and you know that they're good to eat for those different organs. So the walnut is a good thing to eat for balancing the brain, because as you can see, there's two halves. They're not fighting. They're just coexisting inside their nice little shell. That's where we want to get to, inside the mind, where there's no conflict. For the end of thoughts and feelings, not of love. And generally, it's conflict between the masculine and the feminine, which has been going on this planet for thousands of years. So just, anchoring in that love for the family can help a lot. It goes a long way. Okay, for us to rise up in grace and remember all that love for each other. Okay, so and she goes on, she says, when you think of this law of change, really what it is asking is, what are you doing with every moment of your life? Am I keyed in to the infinite creation and expansion of the mother? Or am I hiding in a hole? Am I cowering in fear? Am I limiting myself? The time of being outside the law of change, of denying the law of change, is over. That is why I have stepped forward this day. You have all witnessed children who put their hands over their eyes and think because they cannot see you that you have disappeared. Laughing because of my little granddaughter playing peekaboo. It is very sweet, but many of you have done this and thought, if I can't see it, then it will disappear and I will not have to deal with this constant change. So we have a fear of change, but what I found is when you start creating anything, it helps with the balancing of everything. So that's why she says here, am I keyed into the infinite creation? So it's even creating something really simple and then just building it from there. Okay. And we learned in the law of creation, in the meditation, how to hold it in the heart space, in behind the emerald green chakra, in the golden chambers, and drop it down to the solar plexus and birth it out through the solar plexus. And Darren asked why the solar plexus the other day, and I didn't have the full answer. The full answer came shortly after we stopped the class on Friday. That's the place of our divine will. So with our will, we are birthing the creation out to the universe for our guides and masters and angels and star beings to add their energy to it, so that so whatever we create is even more. So the solar plexus is the place of our divine will. Okay, so moving on. And the mother says, the constant change is the gift, my beloved friends. It is the gift of infinite becoming, of such expansion that you would marvel. So even since this information came through 10 years ago, the changes that have happened within each of us are extraordinary. And on planet, things are happening, especially in behind the scenes. You have to kind of dig for projects that are really coming together, but there has been a lot of change, so that it is such an expansion. So once you key into that infinite expansion, just knowing that we're always evolving, we pick up on it more in everyday life. Okay, so now here's a little bit of information on the healers from Trelana and the Halion engineers. So these are beings you can call on. It's funny because I have called on them lots of times, but you kind of go, you forget, then you remember. So Trelana and Halion are planets outside our solar system, our galaxies, that ascended to sheer energy, to a place of such love, of such enlightenment, that they released form. So they travel the universes doing healing work. And it was Darren that said he saw lots of light on the lake when he was out in the wilderness. And it just reminded me, wow, we should be calling on the healers of Trelana all the time, and the Halion engineers, not just for computer issues. So what the healers of Trelana do, they say our desire and what we learned individually and collectively was that healing was the key to ascension. It was the key to reuniting completely and forever in one field. So everyone getting along in the oneness. So that's individually inside yourself, with family, with friends, and then obviously community, and then it expands. It did not negate in any way who we are. And that is why we play as dots of light, of energy dancing before your eyes in the myriad of colors, just like the stars do. So when you see that dancing light, even in a tree, you can see it, or on the ocean, or on the lake, or on the river. Just know that that the Halion or the healers of Trelana are close. And they go on, they say, our gift to you is healing that is exceptionally rapid and can help you relinquish not only your own obstacles, but what we would call your collective obstacles, so that you are truly free to receive all that is your divine birthright. And all that is being sent to you right now by the Mother, Father One, by the source core energy. Oh, I didn't even notice that. See, that should be silver there. So they connect us with our truth. So think of the Halion or the healers of Trelana. It's white light, but it's very connected to our truth. And then the Halion engineers say, we will not overwhelm you, but we will consistently, so there's our will and the consistency connected to our will. Remember that, help you with the reconstruction of your being, your thought patterns that keep returning to the old drama, to the old way of being, to the old thought patterns that tell you that you are less than. We can help you reconstruct those so that you have thought patterns that are consistent with the reality within, which you occupy at this time of miraculous ascension. So the reality within, that should be green there, is love. Basically, it's love and truth. If it is your physical form or your emotional form, perhaps it is a bone or a knee that is need to be reconstructed. Perhaps now it is time for you to be aided and abetted, assisted in the awakening of markers within your DNA that are helpful to the expansion of this in this process, particularly those to do with the awakening of your brain, of parts of the human brain that have not been awakened as yet. Yes, Ken. Oh, you're on mute.
Does this have anything to do with the markers that are on our spine that are little flags?
Yes, exactly. Yep. That's right. Good memory. So yes, the DNA, or the 13th strand of DNA is being activated. So the Halion engineers would know all about that.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, so it's easy. You can just say, I invoke, basically. And I highly recommend it. The healers of Trelana, they say it's quite rapid. It's exceptionally rapid. So I would lie down. Lie down and receive. Okay. So now back to the mother. Now you did not come to this earth or to this. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, so would you invoke the Hallion engineers to awaken the DNA for your brain?
Yeah, they'll do it automatically for you. You can invoke that. Yeah. But it's so the DNA, we have been using only 12, and that is why we have the 13th octave, the 13 chakra system, the 13 laws, the 13 blessings and virtues. We're awakening our capacity to ascend with the 13th strand of DNA. And that's why we've got, yes, Steve, you're on mute.
Oops, there we go.
Mhm.
I think, and maybe somebody else correct me if I'm wrong, we've been using 2 strands, I believe,
Well,
and the other 10 have been dormant. And the way the company of Heaven explained it in something I listened to was that they braided it, and that is the 13th.
we've only been using 2 strands. I thought we've been using 12.
No, the junk DNA that people talk about were deactivated strands, apparently. So
Oh,
we're going to using all 12, and then they're going to twist it and make a 13th out of it or something.
okay. I'll have to look that up again because I think, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure Linda said we have 12 and we're the 13th is being activated, but I'll look it up. I'll try and find the Council of Love information on it.
Okay.
Okay. It's meant to be simple. We don't have to worry too much about it. It will just naturally happen. It is happening. And with us studying this information about, everything that we're studying, it is actually activating it. This is the activation of it. Remembering who we truly are. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, okay. So now back to the mother, and she says, now you did not come to this earth or to this lifetime with limited capacities. You brought the totality of your mastery, the totality of your talents, your capacities, your capabilities, your abilities, anchored in your human form, your mind, your heart, your body, your will. So the question is, with each moment, which is a brand new opportunity, what are you creating? Are you in that infinite flow? Have you accepted and have you paid attention? So this is how important the sitting still every day is, listening to our guides and masters, and just being in that place of surrender, the detox of all those old belief systems, letting them go as they come up, and anchoring in the infinite flow of truth, just knowing that that's who we truly are. And it goes right down to Gaia. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, so these abilities will become active if we accept them. Is that correct?
You already have them.
No, but we have to accept them, right?
Well, no, she says you brought them. You brought the totality of your mastery. So basically, it's just allowing it all to come forth. If you take me as an example, Steve knows that when we did group calls 10, 12 years ago, I wouldn't say a word. I was so shy. So and now look at what's happened. So it's just a matter of letting go all fear, actually, because I did have to face into a lot of fear and then keep stepping forward. So anytime I was asked to step forward, I would step forward. So Nakamura said to me, say yes to everything. And I did try. I did not say yes to everything. There were things I couldn't do. I was too afraid. But generally, I have stepped forward, and I think that's it. So we do have the totality of our mastery, and I think it's more connected to understanding the divine states of being and letting go the belief systems and understanding the laws than anything else. I think that's what they're talking about. Yes, Darren.
Yeah, so by saying yes, I believe you basically accepted that you had those qualities, right?
Well, they would give me tasks to do, and I would do them. Like I listened and I heard, okay, now you've got to do this, and I would. So it's facing into the fear. If you feel like, oh no, I can't, I'm too much of a disappointment, I can't do that. It's like busting through that. So there's an action piece involved as well. And it's being out in the community and volunteering was a huge piece of that too. Because I never did that I don't remember ever going out into the community as much as I've done since studying all of this. So that had a lot to do with it too. Overcoming fear of not being good enough. Because I had that. What I have running is I am never enough. I'm not good enough. Yeah. So it was facing into that over and over. And I believe that's why the mother talks about creating, like getting up and creating. And then when the other side says, okay, now this is the next step, you go and you do it. Yeah. So accepted and paid attention is a big one. It's that listening. And I know that for years I would sit in meditation every single morning. Now I'm not so much because I feel much more connected. But yes, Ken.
I think to parallel what you just said, it kind of runs in me in that I don't have enough energy to do all the things that I want. And I think it's similar to what you're talking about, or how you used to be.
Yeah. Yeah. So meditation every morning. And it wasn't a pretty picture what I went through. I did a lot of crying, a lot of there was a lot I had to let go. So, but it was allowing that to happen. So I was getting up every morning, and some days, I was very determined. I have to say, there were days where I would work on it all day long. But now I seem to have reached a level where I feel very connected all the time. So it's not as much. I don't get up in the morning and meditate. I'll do it in bed more, and then get out of bed. Once I know I'm in this amazing state, up I jump. Yeah. But yeah, you can, everybody's so different. That was just my path. So it was a lot of surrender, a lot. I had a lot to let go.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Darren, you asked specifically about you had to say yes. There was a specific time in my life where I was faced with a decision, and that it was a specific time where I had to say yes or no. And I said yes, and my life changed. And I could have said no, and my life would have been totally different. Absolutely, totally different. You would not have ever met me if I would have said no. You would not have known me if I would have, at that particular point in my life, you would not have even known me.
Wow.
But because of the fact that I said yes at that point in my life, this is how my life turned out. And
Nice.
that you know me now.
Nice. Thank you, Lillian. I'm so glad you said yes.
And I don't know if that's what you're asking that question or not. But there are sometimes there are points in your life where you are faced with a particular point where the universe is actually saying there's a path, and that path is, will you go to the left or will you go to the right? and you have to make a decision, and your life will take a turn, whether you go to the left or the right, and your life will be different. It
Mhm,
will be totally different.
mhm. Yeah.
And I don't know if that's what you're asking or not, but
Yeah,
I can tell
that's
you.
right. That's right on. That's exactly what I was talking about, and you explained it very well. Thank you.
Okay, I can tell you that it will, some people have those questions, some people don't. I can tell you I had it, and I can tell you that I'm glad I said yes. I am totally glad I said yes. But some people don't have those questions. They don't have those kind of questions,
Mhm.
and some
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah, and there's no mistake too. That's the other thing. Like it can affect our life, but on the other side, they just say our guides just look at it and go, okay, that now we do this then, kind of thing. So there is no judgment of it on the other side. It's just handy if we.
No, my life would have been perfectly fine. I mean, my life would have went on, and I would have had probably a perfectly happy life, and I would have met lovely people, and I would have, it would have been fine.
Mhm.
I mean, it wouldn't
Just
have.
would have been different. It would have been different. I'm glad you made the decision. Yes, I'm glad you said yes.
Well, I am too. Because it was, yeah, it was a different life. I'll tell you that. I think about that, but
Mhm.
I think about the people I've known and met, and met Ken, and met all you guys, and met other people in my life. But I would have met lovely people, known lovely people if I would have said no,
Mhm.
and all that. I know that my life would have been fine if I would have said no. I would have been fine. I would have had a happy life. Everything would have been fine. But I am glad that I said yes. I can tell you that.
All right. Good. All right. Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's weird because I'm coughing for some reason. So thank you, whatever you did. Thank you for bringing it up. Okay. Good. Thank you. All right. So let's jump. Okay. So we'll go one. Let's see what the time is. Yeah, we'll do one more slide here. Where are you in your cycle of creation? Are you in the formulation of inspiration and simply listening and dreaming, which is magnificent and playful and gleeful and fun? Or are you in the position or in the point in your cycle where you are planning and putting the pieces together? Are you in implementation? Are you in the action? Are you in the fulfillment and then starting to believe and think about what your next undertaking will be? Within each of these creations are a million small creations, because in each moment the energy is shifting, expanding, moving. So she's just talking a lot about creation and how important creation is. I always thought that the most important thing was the letting go and not focusing on the creation, but the creation is really exciting. So the more we're excited about something, that's the place to be in. So it's just, I think creation is the place where we want to focus. And that's the third chakra. The tummy chakra is a place of creation. There's quite a few that are places of creation. And so focusing on that is a really helpful thing to do. Yeah, Darren?
Yeah, I believe creation is really our purpose of being here.
Yeah, yeah. It's a really big part, especially in an ascension year or ascension lifetime. because we are creating a new planet, basically, a new way of being. So that creation is really important, and in the physical form, and then you know, as within, so without. So yeah. Okay, so the timer just went off. Let me just see what's next. Okay, I think we'll just leave that for the next class. But let's right now just anchored in this understanding of creation, even send that out to the collective to really be excited about, even if it's something, it doesn't even have to be big. It doesn't have to be something huge. It's like, because we're creating all the time, just to be in that excitement of, what could I be doing next? So it doesn't even need to be some grand creation. It's just something in our life that we're excited about. And then, shall we send that out to the collective? Okay, all right. So I will set the timer for 10 minutes. Steve, you know what it's like to be excited about writing something.
Well, also about this latest jag of painting that I've been on.
Yes, yes, crafting.
Yeah, I feel love coming up when I'm creating. You know, I'm flowing, and yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, when I'm making my greeting cards or sewing a little project, I get so excited about it. I can't wait until I have like a day where I can do that. And yeah, I know that it just wells up, and I'm like, oh, I can't wait. So that feeling of excitement, whether it's some kind of crafting or writing or whatever our talents are, let's send that out to the collective. Okay. So, and if you want to put yourself on mute, that's fine. I can't really do it from here where I'm in the slideshow. Okay. So here we go. We'll see everybody in 10 minutes. All right. That's 30 minutes. That's good. That was beautiful. Oh, Steve, you have a big grin on your face. Did you
Oh,
like
I
that?
was off in space. Wow. Dreaming and all the rest of it. Wow.
Good.
It's
Fabulous.
fun.
Yeah. It's nice to learn all this information and then just send it out to the collective. Mhm. Did you have fun, Paula? Was that a good meditation?
It was very good. Yeah. I was sending out creativity and trying to tap into my own creativity and remembering things that I enjoy and trying to remind myself to do more of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Enough of this letting go of those old belief systems. Let's just jump right into creation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's as simple as making lists too. Because I
Right.
just make a list. Say, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then, or vision boards, and you'll find that the lists will get accomplished. Like it just
Yeah.
happens. And our guides, because then the guides know, oh, this is what they want to do. And they help so much. Mhm.
Yeah.
Our guides
It
are,
can be as simple as cleaning out your closet because you feel more,
Yeah.
it feels nice to, I don't know. For me, it is.
that's
Little
exactly
things.
it.
Yeah.
Yep. Clean the closet. Just write it down on a piece of paper and you'll be surprised at how fast it gets done.
Yeah.
Just
I'm going to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have like a little notebook or like a pad of paper. And then, yeah. So then you can see the task get accomplished very quickly, especially in this frequency, because it's a very conducive frequency to get things done.
Mhm.
Mhm. Leanne, did you enjoy?
Yeah, it went really quick. I didn't want to come back out. I was in a great spot. I was like, oh, time's up already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
No, just
joyful. So
did
joyful.
very, very good. Yeah, it was really, I think, needed for me today. It was good.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Thank you.
Good. Okay. And Darren, did you want to share what yours was like?
Yeah, it was beautiful. I went into creation, and my creation was that everybody on the planet would feel peace and put that peace out to everyone else.
Oh,
Beautiful.
that's good.
Yes.
Thanks, Darren.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well,
And Michael, did you want to share at all? You're on mute.
I kind of forgot what my intention was. When I closed my eyes, I started doing my little relax mantra, and then it just started playing back to me from somewhere, and I just rolled with that.
Nice. Beautiful.
Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
Right. That sounds like what Ken does. Ken, did you do that too? Did you tap into that one? We can't hear. I can't hear. Are you guys talking? Oh.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Wow, yeah.
Okay. I started off trying to feel it, and then I remembered there were times when I did feel excitement, and so I started thinking about all those times.
Nice. Like when you
So,
were younger, like as a kid, or like older?
well, let's see, what was one of my things here? Well, I once worked with the president, and so I was excited about being able to do that, and I was kind of telling jokes to him, while we were having, I was in charge of making sure that he was on Good Morning America, I think it was. And I had driven to Mansfield to be there to make sure that there's a guy that mixes the audio, and then there's a guy that wires all the microphones and so forth. And I was the guy that wired all the microphones and so forth. So that was pretty exciting. And
Yeah,
then
which president? The president? What president?
yeah, the president, meaning it was George Herbert Walker Bush.
Wow.
So yeah, I the guy that was originally supposed to do it was living in Cleveland. He got sick. So I think somebody had called me and asked me if I was available, and I knew who to call at ABC to get the gig. So that's what I did. I called, and then I got to do it. It was pretty neat. It was pretty neat. He and I chatted for a little bit, and I told him that if he wanted to be reelected, that he should have what was his name? The Notre Dame football coach. I can't think of his name. Not Ara Parseghian, the one after that. But anyway, he should have them come and coach at Ohio State, and then we'd make sure that he got reelected. So anyway, so yeah, that was one of the times.
Okay, well that feeling is what we want to anchor in. That before you get out of bed in the morning, excitement. Then the exhaustion will melt away. Or how to eliminate it will come. Like in creation, when we start really anchoring in creating, up will come ideas of how to eliminate the old belief systems. That's how it's worked with me. The more I'm creating, the more I'm actually letting go.
Okay.
Every creation is a healing, and every healing is a creation. But the ideas come up for the letting go as we're creating. So the creating part is as important. And that's actually the divine feminine rising in everyone. So for the creation of peace, but it's as we anchor in these little projects, that's what happens. The letting go happens naturally. And it's a really exciting way to do it. It's more fun. Yeah. Okay. And there was a big clearing that happened. Whenever I cough in the reading room, I'm actually helping. Like, it's something in me that needs clearing, but it's also something in the person that I'm with. Like, that's what I do. I have that, whoever I am has that ability. So we just, there was a big cough there for us to all jump into creation to say yes.
I've really been coughing a lot lately.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably a letting go. It's a type of letting go. Call in the healers of Trelana. They'll come and help. Yep.
Healers of Trelana and
Halion engineers.
Halion engineers.
Yep. And the mother and SK. Don't forget the mother and SK.
Mother and SK. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You are surrounded. Your apartment is crowded. Did you have fun tonight, Lillian?
I did.
Oh, good.
It felt good.
Oh, good. Okay. Awesome. Good. Okay. And we have Annie. I don't know, Annie, if you want to share it all, you're more than welcome to. Oh, there you are.
face. Yay.
Hi.
Oh, nice
Hi.
to meet you.
I can't, nice to meet you. I can't see myself, so if you can see me, that's awesome.
Yeah, we can see you. Where are you located?
I'm in Lake Tahoe, California.
Oh, fabulous. Well, welcome.
Thank you, thank you. I love what you were saying about as you create, you simultaneously let go. I think that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm holding a live class here tomorrow at my healing space, and you can get caught up in all the minutia of what am I going to say? And are people going to come on time? And am I going to enjoy it? And there's all this anticipation before this birth, you know? And yet I know when it starts, it's not even me doing it anymore. It's some part of me that just surrenders to God, you know? So that letting go while you create, those are great words. I needed to hear that. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. That's good. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful. Well, on that note, because that is a great place to end this class. Okay, so we'll be back here again on Friday, and yeah, we'll be just continue with the law of change, and then we'll finish that up. Okay, and Annie, you're welcome anytime. So we're here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And
Friday's at 10 though, or at
yeah,
7.
Fridays at 7. It's an hour later.
Seven at night. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I should sign up for the emails. Someone forwarded this to me today. So maybe I'll look at the email that she sent me and I'll sign up so I get the notifications.
Okay, well, so you didn't find it through the Golden Age of Gaia or Voice of Freedom? You just got an email?
No, it came from the ethers this morning, and I was like, I tried to delete it, and they were like, no, you need to read through that. And I was like, delete, no. And then I scrolled down and I was like, what is that? And they were like, right, press that one. And I was like, okay. So I set the alarm, and yeah, a friend in the next county, I guess she follows you guys, and she must have known that I needed to be here today. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
Mhm.
So, if you do you wanna put your email in the chat, and then
Sure.
I'll send you some information.
Okay. All right. Maybe that's the easiest way. I'm going to send you my email, right? Okay. Thank you very much.
Yeah, no
I
problem.
know things are divinely, land when they should.
Mhm. Yeah, that's so interesting. We never really ask how people get here, but mostly it's Golden Age of Gaia or my website, or I've done a reading with
Oh
someone.
yeah, no, I don't know what any of it is. I just do what I'm told.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good. Awesome. I'll send you some info.
Thank you very much.
You are welcome. Yeah, so I'm so glad you made it.
Yeah, me too.
We have friends in high places.
Exactly. Yeah. Do as you're told, right?
I think more and more things like that will happen too. That as because I feel like I'm getting much more telepathic. Like I can tell when somebody's going to email me, or the telephone is going to ring, or it's just happening naturally.
Yeah, which is great. Yeah, especially if you get the right lottery number. That's awesome.
Yeah, let's all intend for that. All right. Well, thank you everybody for coming tonight.
Yeah.
That was really great.
Mhm.
And
You want to stop your recording?
yep, I will do that right now. Yes.